Why did they become Muslims? Part 2. Continuation of the first chapter, a few words. Now let us lend an ear to a scientist. You all know Edison. Thomas Alva died in 1931. The well-known American scientist. About this renowned inventor who, in addition to various discoveries, made the first electric bulb and thus illuminated the world, his closest colleague relates the following memory in a book published several years ago. One day, as I entered the room, I found Edison deeply plunged in thought, motionless, looking at some container which he was holding in his hand. An expression of utter astonishment tinted with deep signs of respect, admiration and adoration had suffused his face. He did not even notice me till I was quite near him. When he saw me, he showed me the container in his hand. It was full of quicksilver. "Look at that," he said. "What a tremendous work of art. Do you believe that quicksilver is extraordinary?" I replied, "Quicksilver is really wonderful substance." Edison's voice quivered as he spoke and murmured to me, "As I look at quicksilver, I admire the greatness of its creator. So many varying properties he has given to it. As I think of these, I almost lose my mind." Then he turned to me again, and said, "People world over admire me. They presume that all these various inventions and discoveries I have managed are wonders and great accomplishments. They want to look on me as a superhuman. What a great error it is. I am a person who is not even worth a penny. My discoveries consist in uncovering only an infinitesimal part of the great wonders that actually exist in the universe but which people have not noticed so far. A person who says, 'I made this,' is the most abject liar, the most driveling idiot. Man is an incapable creature who can do nothing by himself. Man is a creature who can talk a little and who can think a little. If he thinks well, he will, let alone being proud, see how void he is. So, as I think of these facts, I realize what a powerless, incompetent and weak creature I am. Me, an inventor." He raised his hand and pointed to the sky. "The real inventor, the real genius, the real creator is He, Allahu Ta'ala." As is seen, scientists believe in the existence of Allahu Ta'ala and hold fast to his religion with both hands. Materialists mostly cannot find solutions to their problems and give up hope. This is because their souls are empty. The human soul, like the body, needs food. And this, in its turn, is possible only when one has Iman, and the only way leading to Allahu Ta'ala is the religion. Even those who deny Allahu Ta'ala will someday feel this need. The famous Russian writer Alexander Solzhenitsyn 1918, when he settled his home in the U.S., thought he would now be free from great troubles, mental depressions, and from the state of being only a mechanical tool. One day he summoned a group of American youth around himself in a university and said to them, "When I came here, I thought I would be very happy. Unfortunately, here, too, I feel myself in a vacuum. For we have become the slaves of material values. Yes, there is freedom here, and one can do whatever one wishes. But material values are the only important things. The souls are empty. However, what makes a human being a real human is its matured, refined soul. My piece of advice to you is this. Try to improve and beautify your soul. In that case only will those monstrosities that have infested your country and which have been worrying you begin to disappear. Pay the religion its due importance. The human soul is fed on religion. People adherent to their religion will be your greatest helpers in whatever you do. For the fear of Allahu Ta'ala will keep them on the right way. On the other hand, your police forces, no matter how powerful, cannot establish a 24-hour control over everybody. What deters people from iniquities is not the concept of police, but the fear that they feel in the permanent presence of Allahu Ta'ala. As we have stated above, religion is the only source of nutriment for the human soul. Of all the existent religions, Islam is the truest, the newest, and the most comprehensive so that it provides its adherents with an ever-enduring adaptability to the world's changing conditions. In this booklet you will read selections from the autobiographical documents in which some cultured people, who, while formerly belonging to some other religion during their childhood, studied various religions and their books, and finally embraced Islam on their own volition and without even any marginal outside influence, give their personal accounts on why they decided to change their religion and become a Muslim. In addition to these highly cultured people, there are quite a number of celebrities who believe in the existence of Allahu Ta'ala and who admire Islam for its greatness. There is mention of these people in the next chapter. In the so-called chapter, we shall paraphrase paragraphs from the reflections on the existence of Allahu Ta'ala and the superiority of Islam selected from the statements of Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte, 1769–1821. Thomas Carlyle, 1796–1881. Professor Ernest Renan, 1823–1892, and the Indian hero Mahatma Gandhi, 1869–1948. And the statements made by Alfonso Maria de Lamartine, 1790–1869, about our darling Prophet Muhammad, alayhis salam. As all these indicate, the religion is the most vital necessity for mankind. Those unfortunate people who do not believe in their own religion, and who have not had the chance to study Islam, either will remain hollow-souled and will get hold of false credos fabricated by liars. For a person definitely needs to believe in the existence of a being superior to him and to attach himself to that being. Even those people living in the most improved and developed countries have sought ways to satisfy this need and finally attached themselves to aberrant ideas and fabricated beliefs. On November 17, 1978, 900 votaries of a heretical sect were taken to Guyana in South America by a miscreant priest named Jim Jones, the founder of the sect, which he called People's Religion, and thence to a camp which this eccentric priest, again, called Jonestown, where he induced them to poison themselves by drinking poison together. This event is known as Jonestown Massacre. In Italy, a pair of parents who believed another similar priest killed their own child with their own hands because the heretic priest had told them to kill their child and the child would come back to life and would become even healthier than before upon his sending his prayers. It goes without saying how ruined the parents felt when they saw that the child would never return to this life. If these people, who had left their religion, had studied the Islamic religion like those people who embraced Islam, and whom you will get to know more closely further ahead, they would have found in it what they had been looking for, and the Islamic religion, whose lexical meaning also is peace and tranquility, salvation, trusting oneself to Allahu Ta'ala, would have given them the spiritual serenity they had been yearning for. Very sad to say, we Muslims cannot propagate our brilliant religion to the world as efficiently as we wish to do. One of the deciding factors contributing to this failure is our own slackness in paying our religion due attachment and our contagious remission in carrying out its commandments. The Islamic religion enjoins, first of all, physical and spiritual cleanliness. Spiritual cleanliness is obtainable by believing first in the existence of Allahu Ta'ala and then in the totality of His commandments and prohibitions which He sent to humankind through Muhammad, alayhis salam, His final messenger. That the soul has been likewise cleansed is identifiable from the presence of certain characteristic signs, such as never lying, never deceiving anybody, habitual rectitude, not holding heretical dogmas, readiness to help others without discriminating among them, and full submission to the commandments of Allahu Ta'ala. This is the sole behavior expected from a Muslim. Then, if a person means to propagate the Islamic religion, first of all he himself has to be a model Muslim. If we exhibit this model and modest behavior, people belonging to other religions will observe us with admiration, which in turn automatically prompt them to study the Islamic religion. Our newly converted Muslim brothers explained in their answers to the question, "Why did you become a Muslim?" that they decided to become a Muslim upon seeing true Muslims and their lifestyles. These Muslims request us to try to spread and publicize the Islamic religion and to set an example, a model Muslim for others by holding fast with both hands to the commandments of our religion. For all our faults and our insufficient capacity of propaganda, the Islamic religion is growing piecemeal and spreading over the world. In 1954 the population of the world was 2.4 billion. By 1978 it reached 3.8 billion. Between 1954 and 1978 the number of Christians reached 150 million, while that of Muslims became 220 million. According to the statistics of the year 1978 written in the World Almanac, published by an international statistics center, there are 1.7 billion Buddhists and Magians, 950 million Christians, Catholics, Protestants and Orthodox Christians, 10 million Jews, 538 million Muslims on the earth. On the other hand, Time, an American magazine, allotted its April 1979 issue to Islam. It was recorded in this issue that the real number of Muslims was 750 million and the existing statistics were incorrect. Christian statisticians make every endeavor to represent a lower number of Muslims on the earth. If we behave in a manner befitting a true Muslim, the number of Muslims will increase even more rapidly, which in its turn means that, as will be stated in the following explanations made by people who converted to Islam from other religions, wrong beliefs will gradually disappear from the earth and the human race will attain their long-awaited peace and happiness.